Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
The San Diego Council on Literacy brings you Literacy for All with your host, Jose Cruz.
Hello, I'm Jose Cruz. We're in our second segment of our show, Literacy for All, on WS Radio. I'm speaking to John Corcoran, and we're going to fast forward a little bit. We've had our first segment and talk a little bit about the John Corcoran Foundation, because John went all the way from learning to read, improving his reading, being a national spokesperson, all the way to being a direct service provider and beyond. The mission of the John Corcoran Foundation is to facilitate the prevention and eradication of illiteracy in adults and children across America through public awareness, creation, and dissemination of resources, training, and mentoring through existing literacy organizations and educational programs. And we need all of that. The vision is to help create a society in which each individual has the basic skills necessary to become successful in all aspects of life, including family, education, work, and community service. John, I would say over 30 years you've been true to your mission, even before you had it stated this way.
You know, what I discovered learning to read and getting involved in this issue in the last segment I talked about, I didn't know what was happening. It was just happening. And like most people in life, it's a journey, and we don't know. We don't make plans and strategies. And this is the furthest thing from any thought that I ever had, that I would share my embarrassing secret that I kept from everyone in the whole world for 48 years, and I shared it with the world. And I also discovered some exciting people in that community that were trying to break the failure of not teaching our people and our children, adults, to read. I found kind of a real place with real people that really did care, and they were going to do something impossible. And I also was fortunate enough to find something bigger than me. And when you find that, and when anybody finds that, you stick with it. And you don't, people ask you, when are you going to retire? I'm not going to retire,
Yep.
I mean, that's not even part of my vocabulary. Yep. And we're doing something exciting right now in the San Joaquin Valley, and it's one of the poorest counties in the state, Kings County. And there's 1,001 stories that we both have, and we all have, and to count all the blessings. But my brother-in-law, who's a successful businessman in the San Joaquin Valley and in Hanford, California, was appointed to a school board, and he's a man of action. And he was on the school board for about a year and a half, and he says, "This is not what board members should be doing. This is not what schools should be doing." And he read my. This might sound like a commercial, but this is a.
Well, we want to know about, because John, you've written 3 books. I mean, this guy's not even supposed to know how to read. That wasn't the way things were working out for a long time. I haven't written one book yet. I'm going to, but you have 3.
I got it. Anyway, my brother-in-law, he's been hearing me talk about literacy for 30 years, and he's busy building his business and building his family and taking care of business. And he read the last book that I wrote, and it's really a call for action book. And it's a book that gives you some direction. These are some things that you can do, and you've read it. But he decided that he was going to do something with literacy in Kings County.
And let's come back to that, John. But tell folks the name of your book, because if you want to catch up with what's taking place in the history of mankind, as well as the national literacy movement where we are today, this book is very reader friendly. It's not a big book, but it's a book. And it covers everything, John. I like advertising it because I like people to know what it is we're talking about here. And you cover it all. So if folks are looking for your book, it's called The reading gap, right?
Reading gap, journey to answers.
Very good.
And it was, I thought when I started the book, I always asked the question, who cares and who's going to read this anyway? And what more do I have to say? I'm always thinking every time you're out there pitching, so what could I do? How could I said that better? Why didn't they get this? Why aren't we moving the mountain? You know, and that's you hear the positive things, but for advocates, and I'm sure you feel the same way. Sometimes you get 14 compliments and one negative thing, and you get stuck on the negative thing, and you get challenged by that. But anyway, my brother-in-law read this book and said he was going to act, and so we it was about Christmas time a year ago, and we got about 8 people together in a room, and what I want to see is grassroots movements. It's going to the reforms and the changes are going to come from the outside. They're not going to come from the inside of the school systems, and we have to collaborate with them. We have to be on a friendly basis, but we have to be proactive outside. And so we formed an organization that was going with a 5-year plan. We had a I'm going to fast forward here. We had a luncheon, and we invited there are 13 districts, independent districts in Kings County, under the umbrella of the Kings County Board of Education. We invited them, the administrators and teachers. We expected 10 or 15 people to show up. 60 people showed up. It's a small community where people know each other. Like Mike Robinson, my brother-in-law, was born there, and and the whole county is 170,000 people spread out. So there's a real community there, and we were expecting a handful of people, and all the superintendents from all the 13 districts were there, and administrators there. They bought into a plan of it really evidence-based literacy, and one of the themes that we've moved to, or I have moved from, and trying to not get teachers mad at me for what I say, is that really we need to quit blaming teachers. We don't need to blame them, but we do need to train them, and they will acknowledge that they've come out of college without knowing how to teach a third grader how to read. So when I look at the problem now, I kind of focus at the solution is the proper instruction and properly training teachers. And universities need to be held as responsible as a third grade teacher because they need to do that, improve that training. And the universities don't move too fast.
Yeah, we're talking about our institutions. And just it almost gets political. Maybe it does get political, but we're also talking about just a lot of investment and how things have been and continue to stay the same. John, you're talking about a literacy coalition in a community of it's almost Central California and such.
It is.
And I just wanted to say that if we're going to have change take place, it really is going to be on the scale on which you're working. That is community-based, smaller areas, getting the community engaged, getting various facets of the community engaged in and investing in solutions. And so I like what you're doing there because it's not just the teachers and it's not just the parents, it's the agencies and elected officials and the media, et cetera. I mean, all those become part of this, and you'll see things happening. So I congratulate you on your work there.
One of the things that out of those 13 school districts that showed up, 10 of them agreed to move forward with the training. We offered training to teachers, and 2 private schools. So we've trained the teachers. They came in the summertime. They were trained, and this was 3-day training, and it was hard work. They came on their own, and which is very rare. Yeah. And I think we're trying to put together a model. We're going to get some numbers here and we're getting results already. But we'll be doing our testing here in a few months, and we're going to have some models. We're going to have some success, and we're also documenting this. This is
Very important.
On a video.
Yes.
Video. So we're going to show it to the world.
Very good, very good. So, and we're all waiting to hear about how this plays out. Just because we need more models, successful models, reinforcement for models that work and such, and more folks like you and the team that you're bringing together, the community team, to make things happen in a community where. And you're right.
I want to get you up there
That'd be
also,
great, yeah.
and you can see it firsthand.
Very good, and it's. I'm looking forward to that because if we can showcase where these things are taking place and how they're taking place, then maybe we can take these models to different communities. And there's more work to be done. Yeah. Even just given what we've done in San Diego County with the Council on Literacy, the scale is just too big, and so where we're seeing things happening is on not just a small city level, but really small neighborhoods, and just blocking in maybe 3 elementary schools and the parents and the agencies and getting them to do things. So there's good news coming, John.
Yes, the exciting news, we landed on Mars for the 8th time.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? If we can land on Mars, don't you think we can teach our children to read?
Exactly, and I love that. Hey, I think we're going to come back with you, John. But anyway, we're at the end of this segment. I'm Jose Cruz. You're listening to Literacy for All Radio, WS Radio, the worldwide leader in Internet talk. We've been talking to John Corcoran.
Nowadays, internet devices are an integral part of your home. Everyone in your family has a smartphone, tablet, or a computer. Life is easier knowing that all your devices are secured and your family can surf the internet carefree. ESET Multi-Device Security Pack does just that. One license for all your devices. With ESET, it's simple to stay protected and save money. Enjoy safer technology with ESET Multi-Device Security Pack at ESET.com. That's ESET.com.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Tired of presentations with no impact, no inspiration, and no traction? Do dull speakers have you and your team disengaged and distracted by smartphones? Christopher McAuliffe brings energy, insights, and 2 decades of experience, delivered with punch, humor, and heart. Your team will leave energized, uplifted, and with a sense of purpose. Visit ChristopherMcAuliffe.com to bring some heat to your next speaking engagement. McAuliffe. ChristopherMcAuliffe.com. Nowadays, internet devices are an integral part of your home. Everyone in your family has a smartphone, tablet, or a computer. Life is easier knowing that all your devices are secured and your family can surf the internet carefree. ESET Multi-Device Security Pack does just that. One license for all your devices. With ESET, it's simple to stay protected and save money. Enjoy safer technology with ESET Multi-Device Security Pack at ESET.com. That's ESET.com. Tired of presentations with no impact, no inspiration, and no traction? Do dull speakers have you and your team disengaged and distracted by smartphones? Christopher McAuliffe brings energy, insights, and 2 decades of experience, delivered with punch, humor, and heart. Your team will leave energized, uplifted, and with a sense of purpose. Visit ChristopherMcAuliffe.com to bring some heat to your next speaking engagement. McAuliffe. ChristopherMcAuliffe.com.